Hello again, everyone. Cheryl here with my second project for Shawn Petite's creative team. The title is Love Came Down. I seriously have so much green craft paint, and I knew kind of the colors I wanted to go for, so I really just grabbed everything, all my greens. I just started using the greens I created and made about 100 million little trees on paper, and I kind of had an idea of where I was going with it. So here you can see my book pages with all the little trees that I created. So I really didn't have a plan per se. I just thought, I had an idea in my mind of something I saw on a piece of art a while back that had a lot of trees on it. So I thought, let me just start and lay down some trees in a random pattern and see what happens next. So after all of that, I thought, all right, let's sort of make the background blend in together. And then I thought, I'm going to go ahead and stencil some more trees on top of the ground. And then I made a separation between the sky and the ground and got some cloudless craft paint, and I think the other one was surf blue. Later on, I decided it was not dark enough, so here I'm taking some additional green in different colors and just filling in. I wanted it to look like a forest and lots of trees, and I'm starting to formulate some ideas on what I want to do with it. Once I got everything positioned, I got out my pan pastels in chromium oxide green, chromium oxide green shade, bright yellow green tint, and bright yellow green shade. You can't really see it going on too much right here, and then I thought, let me leave that for a minute and go to some charcoal pencil. But once I start using the darker colors, it really shows up nice. I really liked them. After I got done doing all this, I did spray it with a coat of fixative. I use Krylon workable fixative, and that works real well so that the pastel doesn't come off on your next layer. Well, for your viewing enjoyment, I just realized that my kitty cat, Sugar Love, just made a little appearance in that previous clip there. So here's what I have so far after using the pan pastel and all the colors that I mixed up in my little tower there. And then I thought, you know what, I need it to have a little bit more. So I went and got my millions of green watercolors, and you know, I love a watercolor. It just adds, and it's sort of transparent, but you can still add some nice shading. And I just, I was having so much fun with all this green that I just decided, what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and keep on keeping on. So that's what I did. Okay, so at this point, I have started to formulate what I really want to do on this piece, and I decided that the sky was too bright, shiny daylight, and I wanted it to look more like a wintry sky, and I love indigo as a color, so I had some indigo ink. Still tweaking those trees. I'm telling you, I just I just kept on. Okay, so this was my first idea, and I liked it as an idea, but after a while I didn't like it. So I decided to leave it in there because, I did think it was kind of cute, but in the end I ended up going with something else, a different idea. Just adding some details with the General's charcoal pencil. It always adds a nice little shading to everything. My new idea involved snow, so I mixed some modeling paste with some gesso so that I could put that on some of the branches. Just going to add a little bit of snow to the ground once I got it on all of the tree limbs. Another thing I love to use for shading is the Faber-Castell Pit pens. I used permanent green olive, chromium green opaque, chrome oxide green, dark sepia, and then I used some warm gray later on, but I love India ink. It's so just blendable. Here's where I'm using Shawn's Scribble Marks 1 stencil. I used the little round circles. I think they're really cute and just sort of lend to a sky feel. Well, and here I am again, because evidently I cannot get enough of shading with the Pit pens. I didn't realize how much I really must have been enjoying myself with all these colors of green and shading and whatnot. I went ahead and left this part in just to show you what my original idea was. I was painting little Christmas lights on there. Anyway, when I got the whole thing finished, and I'll show you in a second, I just didn't love it, so I decided to paint over the tree and go in a different direction. I just added some little white lights and some little gold lights and some snow, and I wanted to give it a different sentiment. I chose the word Christmas from Shawn's Christmas Words Cocoa, and I again mixed some gesso with some modeling paste to give it a little raised feeling, and then I found some words out of one of my kids' books when they were little, the bumper book, and it just says, "I love you," he said, which to me that's the meaning of Christmas, that God sent his son, just like in John 3:16, for God so loved the world. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you all, each and every one, a very Merry Christmas.